What is going on, guys? My name is Slevtek. We are on another episode of Slevtek's Roundtable. Again, this is like the fourth time I've said it, but I feel weird talking in the third person. But it is what it is. We have a special guest today. It is a female streamer. Her name is TheBasicBeach. B-E-A-C-H. I did not cuss. You cannot demonetize me, YouTube. You will not do it. But Basic, how you doing today?
I am great.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I am doing fantabulous. Thank you for asking. What'd you do today?
I cleaned. I cleaned my apartment. My husband and I are getting ready to move. So we were just trying to get everything set up. And then my little brother came into town. And so with the pupper. So we've just been hanging out and we totally nerded out like super hardcore today and played some Magic and then played Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
And D&D?
And D&D. Yep.
That's a great day.
It's been a good day.
What deck do you use? I used to have like a red white. I never got too into it, but like I put like $200 into this deck and played it like 5 times. But,
yeah, no, you totally. It's definitely pricey. So I just use his, but he's got an Angels and Vampires deck that I used to use, so it was pretty cool. He made it, so yeah, that was a good one. But yeah,
and
totally
Dungeons and Dragons. How long have you been doing your campaign for? I'm a closet nerd. People don't know this about me.
I am too. I'm sure most people would not even kind of suspect that this would be something I would be doing on my Saturday night. But so we just started. My husband's sister and brother-in-law, I guess my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, they do it pretty often. And so we were just like, well, yeah, we'll come hang out. So 2 weeks ago, I think we started. It's kind of more like an episodic campaign, like where they're sort of related, but not entirely. So we've done 3 dungeons so far. So.
Oh, wow. And like 3 different sessions or over
the
span?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're like little mini sessions.
They're not super long. They're not like these crazy like 12-hour campaigns or anything like that. So
what were you? What's your character?
I am a high elf. I am a high elf fighter. Okay. So yeah, it's fun. I still am totally learning.
Yeah.
So
no, I've only done one, but I loved it.
It's so fun.
There's the dwarf. What's smaller than a dwarf? Like an elfling or something like that?
A tiefling.
A tiefling or something like that. Yeah. That was me. And I'm 6'7" in real life, so it was hilarious.
Oh, wow.
It's hilarious the
difference. The contrast. Yeah, that's really funny. That's awesome.
It was just so much fun. Like if you have a good dungeon master, you can have a blast with it. And so
my brother-in-law, he's awesome.
Yeah. So he's
super fun. Yeah, he's the dungeon master.
You have a cool family, it seems like.
We have a super cool family.
Like super nerd family. That's pretty dope.
Definitely super nerd family.
Sweet.
Super nerd, but then also athletes. So it's kind of like it. Yeah.
Me too. I actually used to be a professional swimmer, so.
I share that kind of so you do that. Yeah. Well, yeah. And then at 6'7", I'm sure you've done all kinds of things. So.
But what sports did you play?
I played volleyball. I played volleyball and then I rowed for a rowing team. So
you rowed? Are you from the East Coast?
I am actually from the West Coast. I'm from Washington. It kind of started to get big. Yeah, because there's so many lakes and things around the area. So when I was like 11, I started and did it until I really started to get into volleyball in high school, and then I kind of just was done. So
is that, I kind of want to get into like how you got into video games, but I can already tell you're probably a very competitive person.
I am pretty competitive.
With an addictive behavior like me.
Yes.
So you get addicted to like winning and you kind of seek that out. But how did you kind of get into video games?
Well, and I think a lot of it for me too is that I like being really well-rounded. Sure. Like I'm not like super into just having one thing be my thing. And so, but we were talking about how I got into video games because I was like, how did this happen? Yeah. How am I here right now? And so, a lot of it started like my little brother and I we played all kinds of stuff. We played on the N64, we had a PlayStation, and so we played a lot of games when I was a kid. And then that was kind of like it for a while until I think the Xbox came out and we started playing. We played a lot of Guitar Hero, like a lot. Yeah. And then I kind of just like didn't really play very much.
Did you do hard?
I could do hard. I couldn't do expert, but I could do hard. And yeah. So it's okay. And then we just like kind of went from there. And I met my husband, and he was really into streaming initially.
Okay.
And a lot of gaming. And I was up in Washington. We met online. And so, yeah.
True love happens, folks.
True love
There's
happens.
Still hope
it does.
Out there for you.
There is hope. There is hope. And so we were trying to figure out ways to like do things together, without me obviously being in the same state as him. And so we started playing Fortnite, and then started playing Call of Duty together, and then I mean all kinds of things. Like we got into Monster Hunter, and
how did you
so
like
it's
that?
kind
I
of
played that for a little bit. I just couldn't get too into it.
That was kind of how I felt. I felt like the reason that we started playing it was because we wanted something that was a little bit more like multiplayer, but then there was so much stuff that you'd have to go through on your own before you could actually play with your friends. And so I didn't love it. We only played it for maybe like a week or two, and then we were like, yeah. So I think there are definitely people that do get super into it, but we were not one of them. So
gotcha. So does your husband stream as well then, I presume?
He does. Oh, yep.
Okay.
Very just
cool.
Juked. Shout out
Juked.
There.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug.
I love it. No, it's great. And that's what this podcast is all about, is just kind of giving an opportunity to anybody and everybody that is a streamer that wants to kind of tell their story, you know, and kind of allow people an opportunity to get to know them, you know. So if somebody watches the stream and like likes like your personality, they can go in and like support you, you know. And it's just a great way to kind of bring a voice to those who like this. The small guy typically isn't heard, you know. And so it's a fun kind of spin on it. But that's so cool.
Yeah,
so
I love it. It's awesome.
How long have you personally been streaming for?
I have been so I started probably a year and a half ago, and then I stopped. Like I was just like, I'm not really into this. It's not really like my favorite thing. And then I moved. He started streaming probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
So he's been doing it for a while. And he actually was starting to get pretty big, and then just when we were getting ready to get married and we were trying to move and like all of this stuff was happening. Yeah, it's just been, and so he's lost a lot of like, you know, his people that he was with, and so probably, I don't know, maybe within the last month or two, I started getting back into it, mostly because I wanted him to, but then I was like, wow, I kind of like this. Like, this is super fun. So yeah, and so that's kind of that's been that's the history there.
Cool. What games have you kind of streamed over the time of you streaming? Even
initially it started with Fortnite, and that was pretty much it. Like I pretty much was just streaming Fortnite. Not really. Okay. Not a whole lot.
I feel like so saturated that you weren't.
Yes. Yeah. It was really hard to try and find like anybody to actually come in there because they were just watching big streamers. Exactly. So. And
did you already have like a streaming setup, or were you streaming initially from like your PlayStation?
I was streaming. I did both. So I'm on Xbox. Okay. And so I did Mixer for a little bit, and then I actually completely rigged the heck out of my situation. Like I just had my laptop. I don't even have a PC. Like my husband does, but to this day I do not have a PC. So I still run it through my laptop.
Great. That's on.
Yeah, it's the Logitech one. So we've got it's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good one. So I bought that, got my headset, and then, but I didn't even have a capture card. Mm-hmm. So I don't even remember how I was doing it. I think I was running it through the Xbox app on my computer, and then like running, it was crazy. It was like even OBS or something like that. Yeah, basically. And like even my husband was like, I don't know how the heck you figured that out.
I don't know how about that. It makes sense in theory to do it though. Yeah. No, it worked, but it was definitely, it was pretty bogged down. Like it definitely went a lot slower. So I actually just got a capture card like maybe a month and a half ago, and that's kind of when we were like, okay, I'll start. I love it. Yeah. It's so much easier. It's like, it's crazy. And then
Yes, yeah, I did. It was actually, so I had a Logitech headset, and I took it back because I found out that I was getting these Astro A40s for Christmas.
Nice.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna go take it back and see what they can do. And I had bought the protection on it, and so they actually just completely traded it out, and I got the Elgato for free. So yeah,
nice.
it was
That's
dope.
awesome.
I was like, this is sweet.
Yeah.
So I got that. Just got a Blue Yeti.
Mhm.
Like, we got the mic. So now the PC's coming. We just gotta try and save some money up for it.
I just actually upgraded a part for my PC because I'm starting to get into more PC gaming a little bit, or trying to dabble. And I've just been needing to upgrade my graphics card to stream better quality anyways.
Yeah.
So the graphics card that I have in here, it's like a AMD. Like, you can find it for like $60 on Amazon, or eBay, because they don't even make them anymore, you know.
Yeah.
So I actually have it right here. It's the G4. It came in the mail today. It's the G4.
Oh, nice.
It's like the 2060. So after this podcast, I'm like popping it in right away.
Yeah, you're like, I'm ready for this.
Yeah, but
that's awesome.
It's so cool to like be a streamer, and like you start to see traction take place, and like this is like the one thing that I splurge on is like devices that'll better my quality
for your content.
For
Yeah,
viewers,
yeah, exactly.
I don't spend money on myself at all. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited to put it in to then give a better experience like to my viewers, because I'm so grateful because they're the ones that actually funded it. You know what I mean? It's so fascinating, kind of the perpetual cycle that.
And it's so awesome when you can have that, and then it makes you feel better too, because you're like, you're doing this for free essentially, like you're not, and so when you're working and you're trying to put content out for people to enjoy, and then it's it's nice when you do get some sort of you can make their experience better. So
then
that's
the time
cool.
they've
That's
invested
super
in you,
awesome.
you can also invest into making their time even more valuable.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's a pretty cool cycle, I would say.
Yeah.
But
it's awesome.
So what games do you play when you stream now? You're
not in
Fortnite anymore. Thank you.
Not in Fortnite. No. Fortnite pisses me off.
Trade.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Well, and it's insane, like how much the building has like taken off, and I just can't do it. I can't keep up with it. Like, I've watched Booga streams a couple of times, and I'm like, what are you even doing? Like, where is this happening?
On Instagram, and I'll see like the clips, and I'm just like, dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't even want to take the time to know what's happening.
No, seriously, it's so much work. So no Fortnite. I mostly stream Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. So that's mostly, and it's like the thing that I enjoy the most.
Okay.
I did stream Destiny for a little while, because my husband's actually, he was doing trials runs back like when Destiny first came out. Big, and so that's kind of how he was doing trials carries. And so he's really into Destiny. And so he's kind of like, well, you should come play with me. But I definitely, he does. Okay. Yeah, he plays a lot. He'd probably play more if I wasn't so like, let's go play Call of Duty.
So you're more the Call of Duty player than
I am more of the Call of Duty one. Oh yeah,
awesome.
For sure. I definitely, and it's funny because he's like, I never would have thought that this would have been your game. That you would have, but I love it. I freaking love it.
Yeah.
So,
how long have you been playing Call of Duty for?
Well, so I started. That was kind of like back when I was a kid and Call of Duty first came out. My little brother and I played it quite a bit. And then I played Black Ops, and Black Ops 2, and then I was like, I don't like first person shooter games, and so I stopped. And then when this new one came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this, and I do, like, I love it so much. And so it's been a couple years, but then like actually where I've been consistently playing it probably since it came out. The new one came out. So
cool. And how have you been kind of like, how has the experience been with playing Modern Warfare and like the community? Because you're a girl, like it's a pink elephant that matches your headset in the room right now. Whenever you get on like the game. And Call of Duty is notoriously known for having that type of personality in there to kind of either talk down or
They're
just be
toxic.
in
That's what they are.
So let's go into that. Like, you went away from it. You survived the Modern Warfare 2 like lobby days, so
Yes.
I can only imagine what you've seen or heard. But how is it nowadays?
So I actually posted I tweeted about this the other day. There was a girl that was talking about, it was like, oh my gosh, a girl. And it's like this whole, series that she has going on where these guys are coming in and they're just like, oh my gosh, you're a girl, why are you playing this game? And it is still definitely very present. So I personally, there's very few times that I'll actually be in the lobby. Most of the time I'm just in a private party. Yeah,
just
like
by design too, because you don't want to deal with
yeah
it.
No, yeah, like because the one time we were playing gunfight and my husband and I are actually pretty decent at gunfight together. And we kicked these two kids trash, like I mean, like easy 6-0.
Oh,
yeah, oh yeah.
love to see it.
And I was talking, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, get off this game! This isn't a girl game. This isn't." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, I just kicked your butt." They sounded older. I mean, they sounded like they were probably, I mean, maybe still like
teenagers
late teenagers or whatever. But yeah, they are out there, and
so present.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. So
I can only imagine.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, no,
it's frustrating.
Because like I can just tell by talking to you, you're not one of those like e-girls that are gonna like flaunt what they have to get views.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I respect that 100% because I feel like you now have a bad reputation being a female streamer because of those. Although I see it from like a marketing standpoint. I mean, you're working with your assets, no pun intended.
Yeah, I get it.
But for those who want to like actually like just be a streamer, it makes it definitely more challenging. I can imagine.
It does.
So
and I mean, like I definitely get because I have my Instagram connected with my Twitch, and I definitely get
like
some
DMs
and some things where people are like, "Oh, I'll donate you this if you do this," and I'm like,
really?
"Yep, nope. See you later." Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah. So it happens. It's stupid, but
it's so prevalent though. Like even now, it's so disgusting because people are keyboard warriors, and they hide behind the screen. There's no way in hell that anybody would ever do that to you in real life. And if they did, I mean,
I'd punch him in the face.
They get punched in the face. But like that's a special breed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, seriously. Like, it's crazy though. It's definitely, and it's just kind of, I mean, it comes with the territory.
Yeah,
like,
so you kind of grown to expect it.
Yeah, it's happened
entire life.
Kind of my whole life. Yeah, I used to model a long time ago, and so it definitely it's been
me too.
It's been
actually nobody knows
adventure.
That.
Did you?
I used to model too a little bit. Just
finding out about there you go.
I did Abercrombie and Fitch a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
I did like you have like your shoot models, where you do like photo shoots for advertisements. So I did like a couple of shoots on that, and then I was also like one of those store models,
that stood outside.
Stood outside. I did
that briefly.
I did that briefly. So
no shame.
That was my
shame.
modeling experience. That was back when I was a swimmer, so like I was like chiseled, just from swimming like 5 hours a day. But
oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's insane.
What did you do?
I mostly just did like some stuff, some commercial things. And then I did a lot of stuff with like I had friends that, or not friends, but people that I worked with that were, I did hair modeling. And so, a lot of things like that. I did one like little runway show. And then I've just done a lot of stuff where I've like collabed with photographers, and things like that. Yeah. So nothing serious. But I don't know. I could have gotten more into it, but that was another kind of industry. Toxic. Yeah. It is. It's super vain, and it was definitely not at a time where like being an athlete was as respected as it is now, like a female athlete. Yeah. And so it was definitely very like they had a specific look that they were looking for. And if you weren't like a size 0, exactly. Oh yeah, 100%. And so, and I've definitely always been. I mean, I'm 5'10", and have never been like a super teeny little skinny girl.
Yeah.
So it's been, it was it was an adventure, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
fortunately for me, I didn't have to like deal with that, but I had to like always watch what I ate. Because like in swimming, you're always typically pretty lean, but you do have like bulking phases and things like that that have an impact on how you look at certain points in the season. And like I just remember, like I quit when they were just like, "Yo, you need to cut some weight." I'm like, "Are you calling me?" Like they actually called me fat. And like,
are you serious?
I was like 12% body fat.
You're like,
I mean?
are you kidding me?
Even,
yeah.
I was like, I'm good. Like I don't need the money for this. Like I don't need that.
You're like, thanks for that.
Yeah, I just quit after that. It was just so vain, and that's like not something that I wanted to actively pursue. I just did it because it was like good money at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I was like, no, I'm good. I'm chin-chilling.
I'm chin-chilling. Yeah, no, when you start to get in those types of situations where people are just like, oh well, we like you, but we'd like you better
but
if
we'd
you
like
were
you
like
20
this.
pounds smaller.
yeah, exactly. And you're like, are you kidding me? Like I already eat like nothing. And so
I've had like 6 packs of celery already.
yeah, exactly. I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this.
I know the game.
Yes, you do. You for sure do. No, it's the same thing. I mean, wrestling, like wrestling's like that too. It's crazy. Yeah. It's definitely, it doesn't help kids, that's for sure.
Are you into fighting, like watching the fights and
I have watched a couple of them. I have a hard time with like the second that there's blood, and it's so weird because I've worked in the medical field my whole life, but like for whatever reason, just some of the stuff when they get something, especially like their eyebrows, I don't know why that bothers me so much, but oh my gosh, I hate it. I'm like, and then I just get so and it's gross.
I can see
and
it's freaking you out already.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And no, it's just, and then they're like touching each other, and then I think the sweat too. Like I just
it's not for you.
Nope.
There's a big fight going on, the Conor McGregor and the cowboy fight. Is pretty big. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's like his.
I watched Conor McGregor when he won Alba? 2 years ago
with like Alba.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so I watched that one, and that's the last fight that I think I watched.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
I was like, nope, that's not my scene.
Yeah. No, I love it. I trained Muay Thai a little bit. And
cool.
Cross training for like boxing when I was swimming. So my mom hosted fight night on the trampoline every Friday night.
There you go.
So,
nice fight night.
My father wasn't around all that much growing up, or like at all for that matter. So her mantra. Pardon my French. I might bleep this out. Probably not. But her mantra growing up was "Your mama didn't raise no bitch."
Okay. All right.
And so she went like full like opposite end of the spectrum of like coddling me. She went to like, no, like I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, or I'm not personally, but I'm gonna have other people beat the crap out of you, and you're gonna toughen up, Buttercup, and it was good. I mean, it made me who I am. But once you learn like you're not made out of glass, like a lot more opportunities, or you're more willing to like speak up and not be afraid of the repercussions for it.
No,
and I feel like so many people have never gotten into a fight.
No, they haven't, and they're
fearful of it.
They're so afraid. Yeah, there's just so much crap now where it's just.
And in that way, they never speak up. They never speak their mind. And they get into that like introverted. Well, there's nothing wrong with being an introvert, but like a passive person that otherwise would probably be way more confident.
Yeah, and it definitely creates a dynamic that is not great. I definitely. And then there's like passive aggression, and people are just all. And then you get into keyboard warriors, and there you go. That's
actually, you're right.
Right? Roundabout way.
We just need to get the world like indoctrinated into MMA.
Yeah,
the world will be a better place.
Yeah, just go get everybody have their butts get kicked, and then we'll be fine.
Honestly, I'm a firm believer in that. Because I'm a swim coach as well by like day, and there's this girl that I have, and she can just run her mouth. She's hilarious.
Oh, I'm sure.
I love her probably more. Like, she's one of my favorites for sure. But I'm like, girl, one of these days, and I'll tell her, she's like 11. I'm like, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Like, you're gonna get body slammed, and somebody's gonna put you in your place, and your perspective is going to change. She's like, nobody can take me. I'm like, girl, I could whoop you up and down this pool in a heartbeat. Like, don't at me. Like,
oh my
that's
gosh.
how I talk to my kids because like they know
Don't
I'm
at
just
me.
joking.
Don't at me. I know.
They know that I'm
Yeah.
joking, but
Well, I used to coach volleyball, so
okay.
I know that life. I definitely, and I had some girls on my team that I was just like,
girl,
freaking A, like you.
I want to backhand you.
You need a good little butt whipping right now. Like this is, oh my gosh. And I grew up. I have an older brother as well, and so I definitely. I mean, he didn't like really beat my butt, but I definitely
like a tomboy, probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I definitely, and then my little brother, he's 4 years younger than me, and I beat on him so much. And then the second, I mean, I think parents always say this, they're like, one day he's going to be bigger than you, and then he was, and it was not a good time. I was like, wait a second, I can't boss you around anymore. What happened?
This sucks. Yeah, no, my sister, I have a sister, she's 2 years older than me. I don't even know, some people know that. She just had a baby. I say just, but it was born in April or August.
Okay.
So it's still like newborn.
Yeah.
But she used to just like whoop on me. Like even during like fight night, she was always bigger than me. Because we started fight nights when I was like 3.
Okay. All right. There you go. Yeah. Start them young.
Start them young. And like she was 5, and like she like for the first year, I think I only fought her. And like we started with the Rock'em Sock'em gloves, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then like upgraded the Hulk gloves, and then eventually to like 8-ounce boxing gloves or whatnot.
Yeah.
And she would just whoop me, and then my mom would always say like, "Hey, go easy, because you don't like he's gonna be big." And I remember one time there was this point where we had a pool table in like our like great room, if you would, or like the second like living room. And so we would legitimately like pick it up, move it over, and then we would have like wrestling matches on the carpet. And like my sister would just beat me, and then eventually like one time I realized like I could just grab her ponytail, and she just became like
Yep. That is the worst place. That's the worst.
So I just grabbed it and like yanked it, and like immediately she just like went limp. And I was like, I found like the weakness, you know?
I found her Achilles heel.
I'm not even joking. For the next 20 minutes, I grabbed her by her hair, and I walked her around the house, like in circles, and my mom was just laughing.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
That's kind of like.
That's awesome that your mom was like down with that, though.
Oh,
my mom would have kicked us. Yeah,
she was from Missouri, like back in the day when they were like busing. Like during the segregation where they were busing like the African Americans into like the white communities, and they were she was a part of like a gifted program. She doesn't come from like wealth or anything like that, and we've never been wealthy growing up ourselves. I say like great room and second living room, but it was like a modest house.
It's
very fortunate, very like I'd say middle class. But everybody has like their ups and downs. But she was part of a gifted program that she was one of only 2 white kids in an all-black school.
Oh wow!
You know, and so she grew up in like super low-income Missouri.
Yeah.
You know, and so like she had to like fight practically like on the weekly. With all these like guys that were trying to like rope her and do things, and like she saw some stuff, and like my mom is like a BA woman, you know what I mean? Like she is like
That's
hard.
Cool.
Even to this day, like I'm so much stronger than her, but she scares the living daylights out of me. You know what I mean?
So,
like
don't piss mama off.
I'm glad she like instilled that in me. But it's just kind of cool to see the dynamics as you grow up, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's awesome.
And my sister's like a super girly girl now, but she used to be a tomboy. And, like there's one time
I feel that.
There's one time we locked her, me and my brother, because my brother's 8 years older than me too. We locked her, and we had just gotten a refrigerator.
Okay.
And so we installed the refrigerator, everything was good, but we had the box. You know what I mean? We had the box, and we wanted to do something with it.
Yeah.
And so my brother, he was the one that engineered the idea. I just went along with it. Again, I was like 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was 13, and my sister was 7. So we came up with the idea that we would bait my sister into going into the box. And then we ended up putting a water bottle and like 3 like granola bars in there too, and we had poked holes in it.
Oh my gosh!
We had poked holes in it, and then like we got her to go in, And then we like taped it up like real quick, and like
Oh my
she was in there for like an hour.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh, it's so mean. I feel like I almost feel bad about it, but I don't.
But then you don't. You guys were kids. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's more your older brother's fault. He was a jerk.
Exactly, but it's just like those are like the fun memories that you have as a kid. You know?
Oh yeah.
And, like we still talk about it at family dinners to this day, of like all the crazy stuff that we did. But,
no, I definitely.
What's a crazy story with like you and your brother? I'm sure you got one.
Oh, I have probably millions. We're best friends now. Like he is awesome. But we definitely had some struggles when we were kids. Yeah. And so there was one point where I don't know what had happened, but he was really upset with me. And he was probably 8, so I was 12. And we had like a bathroom, but it kind of had like there was like a door that went into the laundry room and then another door that went out into the kitchen. So you could kind of just run around. And I don't know what had happened, but he was really mad at me. I had probably taken something of his that I wasn't supposed to or something like that. And he booked it around the corner with a freaking baseball bat. And I slammed the door. We had a hole in this door, in our bathroom door, until we moved out from him trying to hit me with the baseball bat. I don't think he actually would have hit me, but
it was more of like the fear factor.
Oh yeah, definitely. But no, that was probably the scariest situation. But my older brother, he convinced me to drink a bunch of Tabasco sauce one time. That was really terrible and disgusting.
As one does.
Yeah, exactly. And then we did stuff all the time. We pranked each other all the time. I got my little brother to drink a bunch of pickle juice. Apparently we just drank a lot of things in our family.
That was your go-to thing.
Tabasco soup, yeah. And but all kinds of stuff like that. But we definitely I don't think I ever like duct taped my brother into a box. I don't think that happened.
That's fair.
Yeah, we made like box houses. Like we were nice in our box, but
oh, we were nice too. We would play like cops and robbers and like all that stuff.
Yeah, right.
But like those were like the not so nice times that you remember, you know?
Yeah, or like I locked him outside of the house a couple of times. So it's just when you're a big sister, a big brother, you've got to do stuff like that.
And I'm the baby of the family, so like there were points where like we would mess with my sister, but I got the brunt of most of it. You know what I mean? Like my brother and sister would gang up on me all the time. And they just
I'm sure.
If you tell mom, we're gonna make sure you're not alive tomorrow. You know what I mean? And you believe them.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you totally do. You totally do. You're like, oh my gosh, I never, ever would do that ever in my whole entire life. My sister convinced me. So we had a trampoline too, and we were sleeping outside on the trampoline. And she and her friend, they're 8 years older than me. Okay. They told me that we were our house was built on an ancient Indian burial ground. And I was so terrified I couldn't fall asleep on the stupid couch. I like tried to go inside. My mom was like, no, you guys are sleeping outside. And I was like, I'm going to die. Like, this is how I die. This is the end. This is how this ends. And so, yeah. And then I carried it on and I told my little brother the same thing and he believed me. And yeah, exactly.
He was scared just as much as you were.
Yep. And then he was a baby, so he didn't get to tell anybody else. But
that's funny. Funny moment that funny in hindsight, but in the moment it wasn't. So I think I was 9 or 10, and it was like Halloween time. I had gone, like my mom, again, she's crazy, love her to death, she's crazy. She would take us all to like these haunted houses, but like the professional ones, like, they paid actors to go in, and like it was like the really scary ones. It's not volunteers, like these are like trained professionals. And we went the year before, and they just scared, like they just preyed on me, like they just loved the fact, and I just got scared, like absolutely like shitless. And I do a stream every Thursday called Thriller Thursday, so everybody knows that I'm a little girl when it comes to like paranormal activity or like getting scared or things like that. Because like I have like a fight or flight, and I'll typically fight, and that's what the story kind of leads into. But if I can't do anything, like you're in a game and you can't defend yourself, I freak out. You know what I mean? And so the next year comes up, and I'm like 9 or 10, and my mom's like, "Hey, we're gonna go into the haunted house." I'm like, "Nope, I'm not going. I'm not going. Like, and so my brother, my sister, and my mom, and like my sister's boyfriend at the time went, and I sat home. I don't know if you ever played RuneScape, but I sat home and played RuneScape. It's on like a computer game. Played that probably till like it was like 1 a.m. And we had like a fountain in our house, like a little water feature that was right behind me, and I had all the lights on as like a 9-year-old or 10-year-old at home alone would, you know?
Yeah.
And I just remember the fountain, like I'm just playing literally a game, and then the fountain behind me goes off. You know
gosh.
I mean? And I'm like, and it's white noise, so you notice it. So I turn around, I'm like, oh, that's weird. So I go back to playing my game. I'm not talking to anybody because like back in like I think it was like 2004, you didn't really like communicate with anybody except like, over chat, text chat. But next thing you know, one by one, the lights start to just go out. You know, so like the kitchen light goes out, the living room light goes out, you know what I mean? The dining room goes out.
Oh my gosh.
Until it gets completely pitch black. I don't know how they did it, even to this day. They won't let me know. But they somehow turned the TV back on to where it hit the white static.
Oh no!
Right? As a 9 or 10-year-old, I'm like, come on!
Even as a 30-year-old, I'd be flipping out.
And so at that point, I'm like, okay, I need to get to my room because I had a flashlight under my bed. It's like I need to get to my room. It's literally on the opposite side of the house. And I don't know if you know what like a ranch-style house is. Yeah. But it's like a large, just one-story house, you know? And so I'm on the opposite end. And so like, I have to kind of like trek to get to the other side of the house. And so I get out of my chair, like I'm going to grab the flashlight so then I can go to like the breaker box. You know what I mean? At this time, the TV wasn't like on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, as I get out of my chair, they start pounding on the front door, like the windows, like everything. And like the whole house seems like it's shaking. And so I immediately like drop to the ground. And like I army crawl on the floor to my room to grab my like flashlight, you know what I mean? So that I can see. And then I crawl in my brother's room, who granted is 8 years older than me. He's like 18 at the time. He had a sword collection. So I grabbed one of his swords.
Naturally.
You know? Oh my gosh. And then I army crawled to my mom's room, which she had like twin doors that open up into the backyard. And she also had like a little doggy door there too. And so I'm sure you can guess where this is going. I army crawled through the doggy door. The doggy. Because they weren't pounding on the back door. Nobody was pounding on the back side.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, and so then I get up, I have like the flashlight in one hand, I have like the sword in the other, and like I walk all the way around into like the side gate that goes into the front yard, open that up, and like I still like am like at the ready. My sister ends up coming out from around the corner, like right where the garage is. There's like a corner that meets. I'm walking this way. She jumps out, and I lunge at her with the sword.
Oh my gosh, with the sword!
I was literally this close from killing my sister.
Holy crap! Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Oh that was the last time they messed with me.
I bet that was the last time.
But there's so many more stories like that.
Oh my gosh. Like 10, oh my gosh.
10 and below that I could just
Holy
like talk
crap.
about. Our family was definitely crazy, but it was
that's so fun. Isn't that crazy though? Like how different fear is now. Like I played Outlast a little while ago.
That's the game that I'm currently playing, Outlast 2.
I can't do anything in it. I can't move. I'm like literally, so apparently I don't have a fight or flight. I just have a paralysis. Like that's all I do. And so I mean, my husband he was like, you've got to move. Like you've got to do something. And I was like, no, I don't have to do anything. I could just sit right here and nothing's going to happen. And oh my gosh, but it's like the worst, but it's the same thing I've been to haunted houses and I guess I do run. Like there's definitely a running instinct for me, but I also freeze and like I'm just like, don't touch me. I'll do something. I don't know what's gonna happen. I might punch you, I might just scream, I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy. But it's just like it's nuts how as a kid like your imagination and it just starts going and
it takes flight,
it's nuts. Sure. Like how I don't know, because if you grew up in like a ranch style home then you didn't have stairs, but like I lived on the upper story, and so when we had to like we were downstairs and then you turn all the lights off and you'd have to book it up the stairs like before something was gonna get you, because that happened. But it's just not the same anymore. I'm not really like that anymore, but
yeah. No, I like again, but like that little kid comes back into you when you play video games. You know what I mean? Or watch a scary movie, because you can't do anything about it. You can't fight back in these games. You can't fight back in like the movie. You know, because you're just a spectator. So it sucks.
Exactly.
Like, you know the jump scare's coming, but you can't do anything about it. And like that's the worst part. Like if somebody were to jump scare me, I'd punch them in the throat like real quick.
Oh, I totally would.
But you can't do that. You know?
No, you can't. You just have to sit there and wait for it.
I don't get how people take pleasure in it.
I don't either. I don't either. So that's actually another part of the reason that I did start getting back into video games is I really loved Markiplier, and I would watch all of his horror games. He's hilarious. He's like my favorite streamer person ever, and he's playing Five Nights at Freddy's. And
is that
so
a scary game though? Like actually,
it's I think so. I mean, I can't.
I know it's with like automated or automatronic like bears.
Yeah,
right?
but I think what it is it's all jump scare based. So they just and so that's why it's scary. I don't think it's nearly as scary as Outlast. Outlast is terrifying, and especially because like the whole entire
Okay, that's the only one that I played. I haven't played the
I can't even. One. I literally the only place that I got to, and somebody had clipped it because I streamed it back a long time ago. But there was the part where the body falls down, literally in the beginning, like 5 minutes of the game, and that was it. I was done. I was like, nope, I can't do it anymore. And awesome. I like screamed, I freaked out. I don't know how people don't scream when they play games. Like I don't understand how that doesn't happen because I definitely do. So, but it's not as, I don't think it's as scary as that because there's not, I don't know. It's not, I mean, it's not like visually terrifying. But there's definitely this aspect of like you having to wait for something to happen.
Yeah, just the fear, the anticipation, you know, the build up of it. Like, and the music, like, I'm sorry, but it's so BS that they just purposely put in music to F with you. Like,
I know. It's
anybody
the worst.
Enjoy playing? Like, how do those games even sell? Like, I don't
understand. I don't either, and it sucks. It definitely is not my favorite thing. So, but yeah, that was I would have loved to be a horror game streamer, but I can't do it because I can't.
It makes for good content though.
It does. It for sure does. If people just want to hear me screaming like a little girl the whole entire time, but I can't move, so then there's like nothing happening. I'm just sitting there like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be a thing that's gonna jump out at me, and I'm gonna die.
Right. And after this, I'm gonna show you just like a quick clip because I have like a couple episodes on my Outlast like stream that I did. There's one part, and I put like the best part in the beginning of it. You know what I mean, to tease it a little bit. Oh my gosh, I'm like a PG streamer, I would say, like a family friendly, if you will, but we toe the line. After dark. Right. We call it Slev at night or something like that. But there's a part in it where I'm playing and like you have to go under this like barn, you know what I mean? So there's like a little hole underneath it, and so like I'm like okay, so I like get down on like prone and I like start to crawl, and then there's like this scary music comes in, and I'm like oh hell no! I back out. I stand up, I turn around, and the scary music, it's actually coming from behind me. And I turn around, and there's this like creepy girl with this scythe coming at me. And so I immediately turn around again, and I try to like crawl through, but she grabs my foot, pulls me out, and then like castrates me with her scythe. It's
wow. Yeah. Okay.
As one does, you know?
Yeah, that's naturally.
And the whole time, I'm like, oh, shit, It's like every word in the book was said in that moment.
Gosh. Oh, I'm sure. See, and that's like, I don't swear usually. I used to a lot, but I don't anymore. And that definitely is like what comes to mind. And I'm like, if I can't do that, I can't do these things. I can't play these games. I don't know why it helps, but it does.
Yeah. I always do a disclaimer at like the beginning of every Thriller Thursday. I'm like, guys, this is not a PG rated stream. There will be cussing in this. I can't help it. Words. It is involuntary. If you can't deal with it or can't get around it, there's the door. By all means, sit this one out. But
oh my gosh,
there will be some colorful language.
There definitely is. There are a couple of times that I want to use colorful words when I'm playing Call of Duty, though. So that's that's definitely.
I can get around that. So you never played Black Ops 4, then, did you?
I don't think so. Not that I recall.
I got you.
I don't remember. There's so many Call of Duty games.
Right. I built my because like, are you aware of like the battle royale that Call of Duty had?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's how like I grew my, I'd say, community. you know,
Okay.
and kind of built my presence a little bit was based off of like Blackout is the game, the game mode, and absolutely loved it. But those who are big like battle royale streamers, you know, that are big Call of Duty players, have stuck with that and hate the new Modern Warfare because it kind of caters to the not so advanced player.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so how
me,
that's right.
That's me.
So you like that aspect though, that
I do.
It favors kind of more
I think because especially at this point, I mean, I really do like gunfight because I do feel like, I don't know, it's super fun. But initially when I started, I felt like part of the reason that I was getting frustrated with like Fortnite was because I would die so fast. So then I couldn't get better. And so I do like that aspect of not being battle royale because it forces me to actually like kind of figure out how to get better. But I think at this point now, I'd probably be okay like doing something because like we play Apex every once in a while and like I like that and so the gunplay is different and it's
definitely different
you're not
style.
building, so you know, true. But yeah.
I just think the fact that like you can like be shooting at somebody in the middle of an open field and then they can build a fortress. Like, that and then puts me off
and they can win by building and not gunfighting. It's definitely, I think that's why my husband dislikes it strongly.
I like your husband already. Seems like
he's a good husband. He's a good guy. he's sitting right behind he's over there. So
is that a green screen that you have behind you, or
it is not? So I'm actually at my sister-in-law's house, and so she streams. She does ESO, and a lot of, I don't even know what does that stand for.
I don't even know what that means.
Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it was like body painting or something. I got into that with another streamer the other day. And they're like, yeah, dude, like body painting's a thing on Twitch. I'm like, God.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. I mean,
Elder Scrolls Online.
Twitch is
she's
interesting.
Still cool.
So she is still cool. She doesn't body paint, I don't think. But so she's got her whole stream set up. So when we came over to come play D&D, she was like, well, just bring stuff, bring your headset and whatever, and we'll just get you set up. So it's just a black curtain behind me.
Oh,
and
really?
So it
looks like completely blacked out, and it's actually pretty cool.
It's down in their basement. It's like super sweet. She's got a good little setup here. It's it's pretty sweet. So ours, we're actually getting ready to move. We're moving next month, and then we're gonna have a whole like game room.
Gotcha.
And so we'll have like a better setup there, because right now we have like a big long desk, and then we have both of our Xboxes side by side and monitors side by side, and when we stream together, like that together, so right next to each other. So
with that, I have a question, because I've always been curious on it. Is there feedback that comes through like both your mics? Like when you scream, does like his stream hear it on like his mic too, or how does that?
Kind of. So he got a Yeti before I did. I actually just got mine yesterday. And so my sound was coming through my camera. And so you could definitely hear him on my stream, but you can't really hear me like quite as much. Yeah. Well, yeah, because the guy at the store was talking about it, and he says that it does have like a path where it's actually just absorbing sound like directly in front of it. Yeah. Like the little button on the back to the dial. Yeah, exactly. Well, so. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully, I think it'll be better. We'll be even farther apart in this new place. So it should be good. But yeah, I definitely there's definitely noise from him on my end.
It's all his fault.
All his fault. It's totally his fault. And he's a lot louder than I am, like just talking wise.
I like him even more. I'm not super loud in general, so.
Oh my gosh, he's definitely a way better streamer than I am. It's still just kind of a weird thing. Like sometimes, like you're just, especially when you don't have anybody in there in chat. It's been a lot better lately because I've had quite a few people in there, but like initially when I was like, nobody's in here. Like, well, who am I talking to? And so he was like, you just got to get used to talking to yourself.
That's the secret though. Like when you're streaming to nobody, how you have to view it is like there's somebody that's going to come into your stream. Do you want them to come into a silent stream, or do you want them coming into an engaged stream? You know?
Exactly.
You will sound like you're schizophrenic for
a good
for
sure.
minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, way to go, Basic. Holy crap!
Yeah, right. I'm going around this corner. I'm going to see if I can find a guy.
Yeah, I know exactly. exactly. I just dictate this for myself.
I'm gonna pop a cap in his ass.
Exactly. I gotta start doing that.
Right?
Yeah.
Tune into your like inner schizo. That's
That's
the 2020 streaming advice that I'm giving.
That's the golden ticket right there.
Go.
Just be a crazy person and you'll be fine.
That's very true.
It's not wrong.
Yeah. So you've seen a little bit more growth in the past like month or so, you said?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely, probably even just in the last week, like probably, I think I've got like 20 new followers.
There you go.
And so it's definitely picking up.
How many followers are you at total? Like, are you affiliate or?
No, I have enough followers to be affiliated, but I had so many like streams where I only had like 1 or 2 people in there. And so I still am waiting to get that average viewer.
Yeah. Where are you at right now?
So, right now I have everything done. So I think I have like 75 followers right now. And then thank you.
Laugh at, you know what I mean?
No, it's exciting. It's definitely exciting.
Like, you're dope.
Yeah, exactly. Like, thanks. Yeah, for sure. And so then I've probably, the last couple of streams I've had like 7-ish people in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's definitely been better.
It's so different though, isn't it? From going from like 0 to 7, because you actually have people to talk to, you can engage.
Yeah, people are chatting
talk amongst themselves too. Like it's
exactly.
It's very cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it makes it a lot easier and a lot more fun. Yeah. Like it's you've got to have fun no matter what. And that's kind of what I was telling my husband, that I was just like, we'd be playing these games anyway, like no matter what, so why not stream while we're doing it? And so it's definitely like but it is so much nicer when there are people in there and talking to you and like giving you talking points, really. Like it helps a lot. So but yeah, so we're almost there, like we're getting there, we're getting close. And but yeah, just in the last, like, I think I was only at 40, so maybe I even have any more or more than that, because I think I only had like 42 followers last like Friday.
Yeah.
And now up to 75. So it's definitely it's been good.
200% improvement. That's like
that's
unheard of.
That's great.
It's
yeah, it's incredible.
It means that you're doing something right, though. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, whatever you're doing, like you always like. I'm always a believer in constantly adjusting, like micro adjusting. But if you find something that works, you keep doing it. You know what I mean? You find your strong suits, you monopolize on your strong suits, and then you try and delegate out like your weaker like attributes.
Yeah, exactly. Like my gameplay.
just hire somebody to play with
focus
you.
on that.
Let's just hire somebody to play for you, and you'll just be the personality.
Actually, I legitimately was like, that's what we should do.
Like you play all stream and we're good.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be talking, I'll be the face, it'll be fine. But I actually, I really have gotten to where, like the majority of the time, like I'm at the top of the leaderboard, like when we're playing.
So you're probably getting better,
so like
too.
Yeah, definitely, like that's been the thing. So
have you met people that you play with now from like through them stumbling upon your stream?
Yeah, I've had 2 people from my stream come in and they played with me a couple of different times. And so I definitely, like I have a lot of people that are like, hey, we should play sometime. So
but are you a little bit more reserved when they ask, just because of you being a girl? Like, I'm just, not part of my ignorance, I could see how that could be a thing.
I definitely am. And I definitely consult, like my husband's 100%. Definitely like the one that I consult with, because I'm like, is this okay? Like, can I do this? Am I, and is this person like somebody that I should trust, or how do I do this? And so, but I definitely am a lot more reserved with some of that stuff. I actually, initially when I started out, I just had my Twitch linked to like my personal Instagram and my personal Twitter. And then after I got one of those DMs, I was like, I don't think that I want people to see my life. Like, I don't want this. So I made a regular gaming account and attached that and so
that's awesome. I do the same thing. Like I have a personal. I'm so much more active on my like socials for like streaming. You know, that is Slevtek, but there I go, talking in third person again. But like my personal like my Instagram, I use it more as like an album to like look back on and like see big events that I went to. Or that, like, I
exactly.
And so the last time I posted was August of like, God, my sister got married. She had the baby. So August of last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
now
that was the last time, and I actually ordained them, so I like married them. She asked me
to
do that. It was so cool.
That's really cool.
At the time, I was also dancing too. I used to be a professional ballroom dancer.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know how to dance, by the way. Like,
okay.
It's a whole story, but
okay.
Like, I was always like, it was just a fun time. So like, I had like the part where like my cousin's girlfriend at the time, they broke up, but I don't know why that's relevant.
It's totally relevant.
But it wasn't because of this, I promise. But she's like, can you do the dirty dancing? I'm like, yeah. Like, because I did a little bit of like cabaret in ballroom.
Okay.
And so cabaret probably like sounds weird. Do you know what I mean initially? But what it essentially is in ballroom is it's where you can do lifts. So you can pick like both feet can be off the ground at any given time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Whereas in traditional ballroom, when you're like scoring and marking, one foot has to be on the floor at all times. You know, there's a lot of like stuff that goes into it, but that's just the only difference. So it's kind of more like interpretive lifts and kind of like the more showman type of like having like a couple dance together. And so I was like, yeah, I can do that. Like I do that all the time. And she wasn't necessarily the lightest person, but like she wasn't like the heaviest that I've ever like done it with.
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't like heavy at all or thick by any means.
Yeah.
But normally, like cabaret, you have like
girl dancers are pretty teeny,
like 105
tiny.
pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're like 130 to like 105, that's still a small girl. You know what I mean? A small woman.
But it's different. Yeah.
So we did it. I have that on like my Instagram, but and most people will never even find my normal Instagram because I don't advertise it. But I go up, like I grab her by her, like I get her like by her hips, but she like kind of puts her weight forward and she like almost falls over. But like I like jumped up just ever so slightly to like catch her, you know, and like I saved it. But it could have got so bad.
I'm sure that's terrifying.
But it's just moments like that I'll capture, you know.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Apart from that,
like
I haven't posted like at all, so.
Yeah.
Bad with that.
Well, I definitely post a lot more personal things on there, and so I mean, like I have, we got married in September, and so, thank you. So I've got a lot of stuff like that on there, and it's just, I mean, I wouldn't mind putting that on my gaming channel too, but it's just
so what
it's just
kind of
different.
Do you post on your gaming like social?
Mostly just when I'm going live. If I've gotten new, like I've posted a couple. I mean, it literally has been probably a week and a half that I've had it up. Sure. But I did have a different social account because I do makeup. I used to be a makeup artist, so I do a lot of special effects makeup and things like that, and so that's I kind of have sort of intertwined the two of them, and so that's definitely for more of my like freelance if I'm going to be doing any makeup or anything like that, and then the gaming Instagram is not. There'll be more stuff on there. I've posted a couple clips, like I've posted things like that, and so we'll see what happens after after we get more stuff
definitely
going.
Well,
so
I'm really excited to kind of see what you produce and kind of like how you grow, and hopefully this will help you get a couple more viewers and a little bit more support. Just kind of
for sure
see what you accomplish in 2020.
I know, I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, it already has been so good, like even just within the last week, the growth that's happened. Like it's nice to see that's happening. It's possible, because especially when you're just like at zero, you're like, this is how in the world are we gonna get there?
Exactly.
At
a certain point it's just playing video games by yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the competition is definitely a very large part of my personality, but so is being really impatient. So that definitely can get difficult. And so it's been good, but it's fun to see. And I think I'll probably end up doing probably introducing some of that makeup aspect into the community, but I think most of it's going to be gaming. Like
that's where your passion lies.
You know. Yeah, it's super fun. It's fun. It's a fun community, and like, I mean, other than those few people that are a little weird about girl gamers, yeah, exactly. Most of the community is like, they're awesome. Yeah, super supportive, really friendly. I mean, everybody that's been in my stream so far has been very friendly, very like, trying to help me out, and so it's definitely good.
Well, when you get some time, just what I'd suggest is just chat in like my Discord a little bit. Everybody in there, like the community is based around helping and supporting others. You know? So just as long as you like get to know them and like kind of almost provide value in like building a relationship with them, kind of like any relationship, then like, they will like flock to you. You know? They love anybody that's genuine. You're definitely a genuine person. You can just tell by having a now hour and 33-second conversation. About it. You know what I mean? So like, I think they'll definitely vibe with you. But I think doing that and just enveloping yourself in communities in general is a great way to grow, because you're providing value and caring and kindness, you know? And
exactly. And
they
support.
Provide that back, you know?
And
you just help each other.
It's definitely a give and take. That's for sure. And I think that's where a lot of people fail, because they're so ready to just take. Exactly. And it's like,
they also feel like they have to step on somebody's neck in order to get ahead.
And you don't. Like, it's like, you really, really don't. You don't have to sell out. You don't have to be a crappy person. Like,
Exactly.
I mean,
there's enough of those. There's enough.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, we don't need any more of those.
Especially somebody projecting to like a community.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get out of here with that.
Well, Basic, thank you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed this conversation. It was a blast.
I appreciated being here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you have made it this far into the stream, I feel like I have like an announcer voice when I want to like call it on. Ladies and gentlemen, standing in the left corner, weighing 195 pounds. But if you have made it this far, thank you so much. You're awesome. Make sure to drop a like to show Basic just a little bit of love. And guys, I'll have all of her descriptions down, or all of her links down in the description below. If you're listening to this in the audio format, whether that be on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all of them. We're on all of them because we're cool like that. They'll also be in the description. But if not, just go over to Twitch. Go to TheBasicBeach. That's BEACH. Not the B star hashtag.
Nope.
Beach
like the ocean.
Right. Go give her a follow. She's super cool. And if you're into makeup or Call of Duty or just all around, just being a cool person, go check her out. She's definitely worth a follow. But guys, my name is Slevtek. This has been Slevtek's Roundtable, and thank you guys so much for consuming today's content. I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great one.
Bye.